Yeah. So we didn't exactly make it to Plat 1 this season. We hit Plat 5 at least, so we hit Platinum this season in Yu-Gi-Oh! As you can see there's a deck I'm going to be bringing to the channel in a couple weeks when I actually finish all the cards. But we didn't get there with Virtual Worlds this season, unfortunately. So we got a new season to try to get there. I don't know if I'm going to try to go for Plat 1 this season, honestly. There's a lot of cool stuff with Yu-Gi-Oh! With Magic going on primarily, but there is a new ban list coming out soon, and I do want to get all my VFD gaming in before the end of the card in Master Duel, basically. That, and I want to get some more gems to build that new deck that I'm trying to play. So let's get right into the games, and let's see if we can move from Gold 5, get a little bit higher on the ladder. Alright, first duel of the day. We are on the play. Man, where were these hands when I was playing in the series that I was doing? Unbelievable. This is a really interesting start because E-Telly gets me axed to knee. I think I'm gonna E-Telly first, and the reason is it baits stuff like Ash Blossom. It baits Ash Blossom mainly, and I don't have to, use a normal summon to bait it out. I could play King Long and try to go from there, but I think Emergency Teleport is the best way to bait out one of those initial extenders, and I can't actually put anything into the graveyard. I can't actually put like King Long in the graveyard off of King Long to start, so that means my combo does stop. If they do Ash Blossom like Gigi or Lulu on the King Long. So now we kind of just get to go ham here. We could put 2 spell and a trap card in the graveyard. I think I'm going to do that first. We want to get King Long and Chuche access as quickly as possible here. So we'll just send that to the graveyard. We have King Long in hand, which you are going to send to the graveyard as well. Do I send Chuche or Zhuanwu? I am going to send Chuche, I think. For now, I think that's probably the best play. So we have no tuners, so I am going to King Long now, just so I can get Lulu, because we do need access to a tuner, and that is going to mean that I am going to play the King Long. So no, I can't play the King Long here. Yeah, that's true. I do have to get. I think I'm gonna put a trap and get Kowloon to put the other Chuche into play. I think that's probably the best thing to set up here. I can use Chuche to set up 2. We'll send Zhuanwu. I can use one of the Chuches or the Zhuanwu in my graveyard to set up to have a Chuche pop activation on my opponent's turn here. So let's do that. We'll quickly go through the rest of this combo. These combos aren't, very exciting. I'm sure everybody here has seen these plenty of times before. We're gonna go for Shen Shen, I think. Thing is, we'd have to get Lao Lao here. This isn't really like a good hand to like. Yeah, I guess we'll activate Gigi here and put in the last King Long into the graveyard. This is not really a good hand for the amount of tuners I have. It's not really helping me out in that case. So I am going to activate. I guess what can I do here? Let me think. I think I'm definitely going to Chuche here. I can't get 2 tuners into play because we just didn't have the Lao Lao. Unfortunately, so I think I'm going to make Nian Yan into a 6 here, and I'm going to make a Fan Fan here. Fan Fan does give me the most outs here to play. I could make Beatrice and put. No, I could make Beatrice to get Zhuanwu, but that I think is maybe too greedy here. I don't think we really need to get Beatrice here. I think Fan Fan gives me some extra longevity going into the late game. We have Chuche and all that, and I can get a GG here. So we get 2 Virtual World monsters into play. So we now have 3 targets for next turn. We are going to get the Lulu back off the GG here, which is going to be pretty big for our plays next turn. We're just going to end here. We don't really need to do anything special. We do have Chuche, and we do have Zhuanwu for next turn. We'll have Lulu good to go as well. We also have Fan Fan, the ability to pop going 3rd here. If they don't have an answer to this. This looks like an Eldritch, potentially. I'm not going to Ash this. I'm going to probably want to Ash one of their abilities to get Eldritch out of the deck here. I'd like to, make them use as many resources as possible. This ends up kind of being a really good hand against Ash. So let's just go to the battle phase, draw phase here. Let's see what we get. We get another Lulu. Interesting. Question is, what do I want to do here? The fact that they have so many sets means I do kind of have to fight through that. Probably one of them ends up being Torrential Tribute, I guess. I think I'm just going to go to the battle phase here. It does seem a little maybe passive, but I don't think I can kill through 4 back rows this turn. So I'd rather just attack my opponent here, put some pressure on. I'm not giving the opportunity to Torrential Tribute my board, which I know is a big card in Eldritch, and not giving the opportunity to activate any trap cards before the battle phase. Yugioh should be alive here, so original type and attribute. We have Earthworm. Actually, we don't have Yugioh active alive because they're all under Fan. So getting these life points here is going to be pretty big. Now I don't mind here if I get Torrential Tributed, because we can, let's see, what do I want to do? I can target, send the Zhuanwu, and get a Kowloon. No, I'll do this so I can get Lao Lao. I do want to actually get Lao Lao here, because I think I should be able to set up pretty well for a future turn. Okay, I actually have sent all the traps already, so we'll just set up here, and we'll get a Lao Lao. And this, I think, should set up VFD. Actually, I don't have an ability to Chuche again. I could Zeus here. Zeus seems like a good option. I wish I had Downward Magician sometimes, maybe to set up, but let's activate Lao Lao again, just to send another monster to the graveyard. We'll probably send Nian here. Would like to get some more value off this Nian, because we do have it under Fan here. We'll special summon a monster. We'll special summon the GG. We don't get the Nian effect, unfortunately, but I could Zolkin here. No, Zolkin seems not great. We'll just make Shen Shen. Shen Shen is going to be pretty good here, because a lot of the Eldritch stuff does want to actually, be in the graveyard. So having an answer to that, now we do have the ability to use GG, and we can kind of set this up for later. We do have a random tuner on the field, which I think is fine. We do have a pretty good board here that it's going to be difficult for an all trap deck like Eldritch to actually answer. It's like they're going to pot again. I'm going to consider that a play of desperation here and use my Ash Blossom, because they didn't have a good way to beat my board before. I'm going to guess they don't have a good way to do it now. And then this will prevent them from getting that answer to my board here. Pot of Duality. What is this? Phantasm, Spiral Power, Dimensional Fissure. Okay, so this is just an anti-meta control deck then? It seems interesting. They haven't had an answer to anything I've played yet, but Maxi probably dead the rest of this game. I can't imagine Maxi having much utility. So we'll just go to the battle phase. Did my opponent just not have anything this game? Really? We just attacked like 4 times and just ended up winning? Okay, I guess sometimes they just don't have it. This is kind of the thing with some of these anti-meta strategies. Like Dimensional Fissure would have been backbreaking if, they were on the play and got to play at turn 1. But now it didn't really do much on the play. They had a lot of, just really not a good going second deck at times, these anti-meta style control decks. So a good start to this game. We're getting up the ladder again. We got to regain that platinum as quickly as possible, because Platinum 1, I don't know, I had some tough times playing this game at the end of last season, but with a little bit more time here, I think we might just be able to get Plat 1 this season. Let's see what we get going first here. Ooh, that is a pretty decent hand. So this hand is interesting. I definitely do not want a Pot of Desires first. I think I should commit Nyan to the board, and then GG is probably the best way to go about this. Allows me to get my combo going, and Pot of Desires for hand traps at the end phase. Or not in the end phase, at the end of my turn. Let's start by activating GG. We're going to send King Long here because we're going to send one of the Pot of Desires to the graveyard, because we don't need both. Here, I could send something like Lao Lao, maybe get like really aggressive, but I don't think I want to activate Pot of Desires twice this duel. I'm going to use the effect of King Long to get Lulu to hand. Now, this is one of these hands where we're only going to be able to activate 3 names, unless we Pot of Desires into the Lily here. And the main reason we're going to do it this way and not go for all 3 names is we can get an active Chuche into play this turn by sending Chuche to the graveyard. This is one thing I've kind of, the more I've played this deck, the more I've kind of picked up, is that, the plays to set up Chuche are really important here to get Chuche in play, to set up these going first boards. Now right here, I can make a Shen Shen if I want. I'm going to activate this effect here. I think I can set up VFD this turn. That would be really good, obviously, to get VFD going as soon as possible. And we'll put Chuche into play. I think I would have to... I'm just thinking through this. I could Shen Shen. I am going to Shen Shen here, I think, because Lala will get my ability to bring back Lulu, and I can Chuche Lulu. And then Nian will come back as... I'm going to have too many tuners in play as a result, though, I think. Which is going to be a little frustrating. So I'm going to send Zhuanwu just to get an extra send to the graveyard. Just to get around the fact that I'm going to have so many tuners here. So we're going to special summon... Oh, I can still summon GG here and get around the tuner problem, because this comes back as a tuner. Okay, so let's activate Chuche here and make the Shen Shen a level 6. And then we're going to be able to get the Cloud Castle and then bring back Shen Shen, and then we are good to go. We are good to go now. We also get to make another level 9 here, which is going to be pretty good. We'll probably make Vermilion Dragon Mech there. Makes the most sense. And then we'll activate this effect, and then we'll chain block it. I think we can chain block it with the Nyan. Yeah, we'll chain block with Nyan. Just in case we have any problem, we'll send the King Long back in the deck. That does mean, I think, that we are not going to have Chuche activated just yet. Oh, we'll have Nyan there for Chuche. Perfect. So that this hand actually went like very, very well. Perfect situation here. And now VFD will be able to answer all of our problems in their turn. And it looks like the only option we have is Vermilion Dragon Mech here for the rest of my creatures here, which is fine. And then I can use Pot of Desires to hopefully find some more hand traps. I probably should have Pot of Desires. Actually, I don't think there definitely was not a window for me to Pot of Desires without the King Long in the deck. So we are going to have to risk drawing that one, unfortunately. Maybe I could have Croco Dragon still in the extra deck for situations like this, where Vermilion Dragon Mech's not really a great play here. But it would be nice to potentially have. Let's see what we lost. Well, that's that's a little goofy. I'm not really happy with that. It would have been maybe nice to have those in another game. We do get a card back out GG, so that is nice. We'll get the Lalo, because that will allow us. We can send Lily by targeting Chuche. We can make M7 and then get Lulu back and then start creating value that way. So I think that's the best way to approach this from a going third perspective if they break this board. Harpy's Feather Duster, interesting. I mean, I do have to let that happen. There is not much that I can do about that. So we'll see what they want to play. Infinite Impermanence? Are they going to make me choose? I rather do have to choose a type here. All right, am I gonna roll well on the type? Let's see. Do I roll good on the type that I get to pick? So light and dark are the two ones that come to mind as being the most obvious ones here. Like, it can't be something like a virtual world, because those all activate in the hand, so that's not really gonna get us anywhere. Light and dark. I'm gonna pick light. I'm gonna say light. I kind of want to pick dark, actually. I don't know. We're gonna pick light and see if that works out for us. I actually think that negates it, so that doesn't matter. So it is they are light. Oh yeah, it turns them all into light monsters anyway. So it's Dragon Maids. Dragon Maid Welcome. I'm really not familiar with this Dragon Maid deck at all. I think I played against it maybe once. Yeah, they just concede here. There's just nothing that they can do. VFD, proving why it probably should be banned. I fully expect this card to be gone coming into the next ban list in Master Duel. It's just really too oppressive in these games. Oh, we got a little gold thing? What the hell is this? Spirit of the Breeze. Sheesh. I don't know if that's really a good thing or not. I don't really need that. But it's definitely a card that I think has to go. Virtual World is not a tier 1 deck, really. It's one of the better decks on Master Duel, but VFD as a card is just so oppressive in what it does. It probably does have to go sooner rather than later. We do have our first game going second here of the day, though, so we'll see if we draw some of our going second cards. We draw Infinite Impermanence, which is good, and we have a really, really good hand here. Let's see. Ooh, we're playing against dinosaurs. Ooh, a little dinosaur action. Okay, I like that. Miscellaneousaurus. So I don't really know a lot about this deck. I've been trying to, watch a little bit about the TCG to try to catch up. And I know that this is one of the most important cards of the deck. So I am going to counter, or not counter, that's my magic mind thinking there. I am going to negate this effect. Excuse me, I am going to negate this effect here. And hopefully that'll keep us from getting, into too much trouble. Looks like they're going to discard a card and get a double evolution pill here. Looks like they discard Babysaurus. Does it actually count if it's destroyed from the hand? That is interesting. I don't know if that imperm was the right imperm or not. I think it was. Looks like they get another Babysaurus. They're just going to kind of do their thing here. Get another Babysaurus. It's one of those things with Yu-Gi-Oh! I find that it can sometimes be difficult to wrap your head around, as there's so many different points you can interact with. It's finding the right point to interact with that's hard to really gather, and that's one of the big, I think, skill factors, like big skill determining factors that I really like about this game, is that the interaction points can be really complex, because there's a lot of complex things going on. I know I've complained in the past that has been a frustrating point with some of these complicated combos. And I think there was this one deck, like Yang Zing's, I think, that was just so over the top on what it was doing that it's hard to really follow or know a point where you're losing. Because, I mean, even if you're not, the way I look at it, even if you're, say, not losing at any point in that really long combo, sitting there and watching them combo for so long without knowing a point where, you have a good interaction point or a point where you're probably going to lose, can be really, really frustrating. So I do think that, that does add to the skill challenge part of it a lot. And I think like a deck like this, it's going, I think it's kind of the thing with Lynx is that there's so much going on here at times that, it is hard to follow. As you see there, I counter probably one of their best things off the start, and this is why decks are playing a lot of hand traps now. As I use Infinite Impermanence and I gated their first big effect. And I mean, they're going in here and they're starting to go crazy here with their scrap stuff. And this is what's going to happen with multiple engines. You have your normal summon and you have multiple special summons that exist throughout the deck. And, the scrap engine. One thing, I'm besides the Link I'm very familiar with. Well, I wouldn't say very familiar with. I've played against it before. Alright, they're continuing to link off here into a lot of stuff. I probably should be paying more attention exactly to what's going on. Let's see, Scrap Raptor, and I think Evil Sword Dolga probably come out, or Borreload Savage Dragon. Okay, I know this card I should be paying attention to. Okay, so this has one negation effect here, and it looks like they're going to double Evolution Pill, Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. This is really just going to be an impossible board to break, I think. With the Appaloosa Ultimate Conductor, they're probably going to make something else here. They can probably make Dolka or Lagia, whatever one. I think Dolka is the one that they play now. Or Lagia, yeah. They have two negates. Yeah, I'm just going to concede here. There's basically nothing that I can do to answer this board here. I only have, like basically two cards that can be activated. They both get countered, and then I just get attacked for lethal. So definitely a disappointing game there, but that is what happens sometimes. Maybe I should have held out on my Infinite Impermanence there, but that feels like one of those hands. They just drew really well, and you have to have a counter for both I basically have to have two hand traps to beat those type of hands. Alright, going first. As you can tell, back on a different day here today. Wow, the week got away from me really quick on this one. Just did not expect to have a lot of stuff going on, but this is the hand we get, and wow, what a brutal hand. Well, I guess we're going to Pawn of Desires just to see if we get something to play the game with. That would be nice. What did we lose? We lost a Gamma, we lost a Nyan, and we lost an E-Teles, lost one King Long, and the Zhuanwu. So the only thing we lost that stopped something is Zhuanwu. Wow, what a brutal draw. Alright, I guess we're just gonna hold up. I guess there's not much we can do about this. Kind of hope that these two hand traps Or I guess we have 3 hand traps here. Do enough. They're playing a 55 card deck? That's kind of weird. I want to do a video talking about these playing over 40 card deck, because I'm not sure how I feel about it, to be honest. I know Yu-Gi-Oh is a different game. Okay, so they're just playing Blue Eyes then. I know that it's a different game, and that, the rules can be different for how it's played, but man, I do find it difficult to kind of justify the idea of playing. Well, I guess we're just gonna pot again. We kind of have to. It's likely gonna lead to us losing, potentially a big part of the combo, but it is what it is. 2 Kowloons, Maxi. So we don't have any way to get this King Long into the graveyard. What is this? True Light? So I don't think we're going to be able to deal with anything. I mean, if I don't get anything off here, I'm just going to concede, because like we've run through all of our combo pieces, and they're going to have basically. All right, we do have some gaming here. We do have some gaming here. All right, so I mean, skill drain is it doesn't really do a terrible amount of stuff here. Man, this hand is really, really bad. Like, there is, like, really not much we can do at all to improve what is going on here. Alright, we're just gonna get... Alright, we just got L2P'd. There's just nothing... I mean, what are we supposed to do when stuff like that happens? They just have the perfect counters to everything I do. It is what it is. We'll take that. You know what? We'll take that. You get Skill Drain and Ash Blossomed after Pot of Desiring basically all your cards away to even open playable. You know what? It happens sometimes. It happens. That's the joy of Yu-Gi-Oh! Alright, we'll do one more game today in today's video. If you guys haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Only about 3% of you guys are actually subscribed, so if you guys have made it this far, I really appreciate it if you guys could subscribe. It really helps out the channel a lot. Let's go here quickly. We'll use GG first. I want to bait, basically just want to bait, hand traps here, and it looks like there's no hand traps going on, so we're just gonna kind of go off here. We're gonna get Kowloon to hand here, so we're gonna send Jiwanwu to the graveyard, put this in face-up defense position, add a Kowloon, and I think we're gonna go start his charge into Shen Shen here. I think it's the best way to do this. This gives me some, good, continued card draw, add more cards to my hand. We have Maxi, obviously, which is going to be a good card. Obviously, going second Maxi kind of, can have some, I wouldn't say issues, but doesn't really actually defend anything. But definitely a good option still. We're going to Kowloon here, put Chuche into play, and now we basically have to just get 2 of these cards into the graveyard. Let's activate the King Long here. And I think we'll get Lao Lao. Yeah, because we can put Lily into the graveyard here and get that back. Let's just go into Shen Shen here to face up attack position. And we'll use Lao Lao to send the GG to the graveyard, and then we can, I think we can make M7 here. I guess I can't, I can't bring it to the field. I guess we'll make yeah, we can use Chuche here, actually, to make a 6 here. Okay, we'll detach Lala. We're just going through some basic combos here. And then get Lily to hand, and we get to basically send 2 cards here. I'm going to send a monster and a spell here. We don't have any traps left to actually send, so we'll send Nian, and then we'll also send a spell card here. So we'll send another King Long for value, and we can could use Wanwu, but I don't really think it's necessary here. We can leave this on the board, just another monster, and then we'll get Lulu into hand. I could see value, but we already used a Chuche. I would have Chuche'd up to make VFD if I had access to another one, but I think Shen Shen plus a Chuche pop with Maxi and enough attack to basically prevent anything from really going on, I think will be good. And you can see here, Pot of Prosperity is going to prevent them from being able to kill me this turn, which is going to make Maxi very, very useful here. Harpy's Feather Duster, Dark Ruler no more, and then Vanity's Emptiness. Alright, it looks like we're playing against some anti-meta deck, which is once again confusing why they're playing more than 40 cards, but, you know, I guess there are arguments. I don't know. I'm gonna do some more research on this, because I do want to think this through more, because my mind is so ingrained into Magic and the idea that 60 cards, the minimum is the most you should be playing, because there's always in your deck going to be a worst card to draw, and, you know, basically upping the number of worst cards to draw really shouldn't be something that you do in your decks, but I guess it works in Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, so it looks like the monster effects are going to be negated, which means that the Shen Shen is not going to send things to the graveyard. I'm not 100% sure what that's going to prevent, what deck that they're going to play that would be big for, but, oh, well, I guess that answers the question. Good old Eldritch. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I'm just gonna maxi the first opportunity I get, just because I'm basically gonna trade it. I'm basically gonna trade it for Eldritch here, or like an Eldritch summon. Oh, goodbye Shen Shen. Kind of weird that, I guess it makes sense. I needed to do that with Dark Ruler no more, because Shen Shen basically would prevent that effect from destroying it. So they're gonna bring Eldritch back to hand. They're not going to have a lot of traps, so they don't have terribly large amount of cards to answer, to do things with here. Do get a special summon here. I'm going to Chuche pop this. Wait, why did that not work? Oh, duh. Oh my god, that's so bad. I'm not sure why that I screwed that up that badly. What does this one do? Yeah, and this is why I am not a Platinum 1 player. Just making too many bad mistakes, unfortunately. Alright, let's see if we can make some threats here. We should be able to fight through quite a few back rows, I think. We'll send a King Long to the graveyard, just to keep the chains going. And then we'll add a Lao to hand. We'll bring Nian back. I think Nian will have some use this game. We're going to want to start destroying some of the back rows here to try to attack through. What does this one do? Yeah, so we can remove Scarlet Sanguine here to prevent. So let's see if I get to special summon here. I hope so. I think they'll let me special summon. So I do want to GG first to Coral Dragon. I would like to get, yeah, Coral Dragon to remove this back row, because then I can destroy the Eldritch, hopefully. So it'll give me that opportunity, and I can start, you know, attacking through here. I was just like one of these decks that I haven't, like, you know, it's really popular on Master Duel, but I haven't had an opportunity to play a lot against, so I'm really not confident in all of the play patterns that it possesses just yet. I'm going to discard Pot of Desires here. Really not a card I need, I don't think. Actually, I'll discard E-Tele. E-Tele is a card I definitely do not need right now. So we'll use Coral Dragon here. See what we get. Face up attack. We'll see if they have an answer for this Coral Dragon. We'll discard E-Tele and destroy the trap card. We're gonna fight through all of these. Do not worry. Do not worry. We're gonna fight through all of these cards. Oh, Skill Drain, come on. I hate this card so much. Do I even have an answer for Skill Drain? Yeah, I don't think I have a great way to answer this board now. I can Zhuanwu to get the Shen Shen back, actually. Yeah, let me get Shen Shen back here. I'll have to discard Pot of Desires. But I think that'll be a good trade-off. Alright, is there anything, I just got a phone call there. Is there anything I can do? I can activate this effect and destroy the Skill Drain. I think I'm gonna destroy Skill Drain because I want to get over this here. So they're gonna set another card from. They're gonna set another card here. They're just gonna summon another. They can just summon a second Eldritch. I did not know that they could just summon another Eldritch like that. That's insane. But I think, so what can I do here? I can King Long, add Lalo and discard Lalo. Okay, that was pretty dumb. That did not really get me anywhere. I can Sulkin. Sulkin doesn't really get me anywhere. I can Utopia Beyond. Pearl Dragon? Yeah, let me do that actually. And then I can make another rank 6. Oh, I think we actually played through this decently well. And then we can special summon another Lalo here. Put that in defense, and then we can put into play put into Beatrice. I'm gonna put Fan into play. And then we'll put Lulu into attack, and I think we might have just done it here. We might have just done it. I'm not gonna put this into attack actually. Seems like a little bit of an unnecessary risk. But we're just gonna attack through the board. No reason not to. Might give them a little bit more of an opportunity to draw something, but yeah, maybe a little bit of a mistake, but we can Zeus this Utopia Beyond off, so. Alright, effective game. I got called in the middle of that game, so I got a little bit distracted, but certainly a W here, I think. I think Zeus will certainly lock this game up. We can add Lulu. We'll add Lala back for fun, just in case we want to get Beatrice, which we don't know how much we can create off Beatrice anyway, but 2,500 beaters, 2,500. So it looks like they're going to get an Eldritch. I thought they usually only played 2. They get a third one, I guess. That's fine, but we have plenty of removal for it, so I'm not really that worried about this. Probably should have fanned here just to banish a card in the graveyard. They're going to banish here. Yeah, so I could have banished that. I don't think this is actually going to do anything, though. It's going to get a trap card here. Conquistador. So we'll destroy, probably target Zeus here, but I can use Fan just to remove this. So I think we actually still have game here. I might have to Zeus. I have a lot of options here. Eldritch to hand, and then Eldritch into play. So I think, do I even have to Zeus this? See, I can't Zeus that off the board. I'm pretty sure this is just over. It would have been over if I attacked with Lulu, but you know, we'll avoid that for now. Okay, yeah, it looks like it's over here. Because I can Zeus, we'll see what they set here. Conquistador. Alright, we'll detach these 2 cards, we'll banish this, and then we'll banish the last Eldritch. Why not? Doesn't hurt to remove an Eldritch, and they're just gonna concede. Alright, there we go. Good games, good games. That is the end of today's video. We ended off on a high note. We ended off on a win. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, rating, and subscribe. As I said, only about 4% of you guys are subscribed, so that I would really appreciate it, especially if you got to the end of the video. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of Virtual World going into this month of Master Duel. I think the next main list is going to really hurt the Virtual World deck, but I do think once the new sets come out, the adventure package will help a little bit, but there's still a lot to consider with the new meta coming out, hopefully in the next month or 2. But that is going to be the end of today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one, and as always, have a wonderful day.